Hi. Whether you're a resident of San Marcos or you're a student at Texas State, you may be seeing things changing all around you. You just might not realize how much it's changing. Stay tuned to Studio A next to find out. Hi, I'm PJ Theberge. I'm here with Megan Lopez, Nina Durant, Candace Evans, and Imani Forrest. You heard in the introduction the way we're talking about how San Marcos is becoming this sort of burgeoning city, the way Austin is growing southward, the way San Antonio is growing northward all along this I-35 corridor, and the city continues to explode. Imani, this was your story. Who did you speak with? How did you come across this?
Well, I actually spoke to the president of the Greater San Marcos Partnership, and she let me know that for the third year running, we're actually going to be the fastest growing city in the entire U.S.
In the entire country.
The entire country. So as you said, you can see it. You're just driving down 35, coming from San Antonio to Austin, and all of these places are popping up.
And that's
crazy.
Very big, of course. So, all right, let's go ahead and have a look at the story.
Companies like Amazon, companies like Epic Piping, we've had some other companies relocate here because they're looking at the existing population, they're looking at the presence of Texas State University and 38,000 students, as well as being located between two major cities. That gives us a lot of opportunities from a labor perspective.
Behind me, you see yet another construction site, but this one's going to be home to the 850,000 square foot Amazon distribution center. Along with new lodging and new cuisine, this is going to bring over 1,000 new jobs to San Marcos region.
As one of the state's largest four-year universities and the largest employer in San Marcos, Texas State has played a huge role in the city's growing popularity.
It's clear that Texas State has become one of our state's premier research institutions, but it's also become a favorite destination for talented undergraduate and graduate students.
The university's growth has helped push the growth of business in San Marcos. This fall, the university expects to break its enrollment record for the 19th straight year. That means more customers for new businesses and more potential employees ready to store in the degree away.
So as you can see in the story, major developments coming along San Marcos, and of course they're going to develop the university as well. Just how much are we expecting to see the university begin to change in terms of numbers of students?
Well, this upcoming year, they're expecting roughly 28,000 new freshman applicants alone. Yeah, and so it's crazy.
And the population of Texas State right now is something like 38,000, right?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that, so they're expecting some 80% of the same
Exactly.
number to apply.
Exactly. It's like you cut it in half and there's still more people wanting to come. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what businesses are opening around here?
Yeah, so right now we're expecting quite a few, but a new In-N-Out is coming, a new Starbucks. Right across from the big H-E-B, we're getting a Gold's Gym, the Spot, which is going to be very similar to the Evo Theater up in Kyle, a Chewy's, which should be really fun, and like so much more. We're getting hotels to accommodate all these people and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's brilliant.
I know I'm really excited for that Starbucks. So which one are you most excited for?
I was really excited for the Torchies, but it's already here, so that's been fun. And I'm pretty excited to see what the Spot looks like. It'll be nice to have a newer theater here.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as you can see, businesses that are coming to the area is a major part of growth of any city, particularly here. And so we chose to do our next story on just one of those businesses. Megan, of course, this was yours. We're talking about this new hookah bar that's opening up. What's really neat about it is this was, 3 students from Texas State opening this business, right?
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like the largest hookah lounge in San Marcos, and it's like top in like Texas. So, I mean, they just like opened up, so it's pretty exciting.
Okay, spectacular. Well, let's have a look at the story.
For senior Erickson Stewart and his business partners, the dream of finally opening up a business is now a reality. Stewart and his partners are on the verge of opening the largest hookah lounge in San Marcos. The group had the business idea, but didn't quite know how to go from idea to reality. That's where Texas State's very own startup program and McCoy's School of Business helped give them the pushed in the right direction.
Before 3-Day Startup, we were a little lost. Like, we knew what we wanted, we just didn't know how to obtain it. So we went through the program at Texas State to help accelerate our process.
Many student-run businesses like Bad Habits Hookah Lounge usually get the help and advice they need to foster the ideas right through these doors.
Laura Kilcrease is the interim director of the Center for Entrepreneurial Action. Kilcrease and her colleagues provide support, assistance, and training to aspiring entrepreneurs. Kilcrease says students are encouraged to participate in these programs for help in achieving their business goals.
We run programs such as 3-Day Startup, which starts on a Friday evening at 5 and goes through Sunday. And during that time, we go through taking students' ideas, forming them into businesses, validating markets, and teaching them how to pitch.
If you're a student with a dream and a flair for business, then you can apply online for the next 3-Day Startup. It will be held the weekend of April 15th through the 17th. The deadline for applications is April 1st.
Okay, so what I thought was really, really, really neat about that story is that they're local students here at San Marcos. They're here from Texas State, and they go to this business school to sort of apply for a 3-day startup, right? It's the name of the program. And they're starting their own business, which is contributing to this massive growth to our lovely city here. I wanted to ask you, though, there was one really neat shot within your story where everything was sort of this blue light. And I thought it was really, really, really neat because they're painting, and the idea is you're supposed to paint in the most natural light ever. But you said that there was something to that?
Yeah, like they wanted to get the whole like ambience of like how it's actually going to be like the hookah lounge, like when it opens up or when it opened. And so like the whole color of like the bluish, like they wanted to see how the painting would actually look in that kind of lighting.
So that's the lighting that'll be there once they open?
Yeah, like the whole
Okay,
neon
great.
kind of like colorful thing. So,
That's really awesome.
yeah.
What other services do they offer there? I mean, is it just the hookah?
No,
or-
it's not just the hookah. I know that they're the first like oxygen bar in San
cool.
Marcos
Yeah.
and I think in Texas. And they also have like BYOB and there's a bunch of like other things that there's an arcade kind of thing there and pool. So.
And aren't they open later than most bars in San Marcos?
Yes, they are open till 2 a.m. during the week and 3 a.m.s in the weekends. So that's something to do.
Night owl students.
So do you know, were there any other students who have used this 3-day startup program? Did you come across anybody or hear about anybody else?
Yes, I did hear about one student that is planning on opening up an app like at South by Southwest. So I was like, that's pretty exciting for him. So
Good for him.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
All right, so we're beginning to grow outward away from our lovely little university here. One of the places we wanted to talk about, and of course, Candace, this was your story, is this coffee shop that's just off campus. It's called Wake the Dead, right?
Yes.
And so what's the story there? What'd you find?
So Wake the Dead is actually offering, it's going to happen in March, is an art market and that on property that they just purchased. So what they're doing is kind of just helping out that art community and having that go on there. So that's going to be really fun. Like a bunch of artists are going to be able to sell their work at that market.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the story.
At Wake the Dead coffee shop in San Marcos, along with the usual fare of coffee and snacks, you'll find some unique pieces of art, all from local artists.
It's a really good spot to display your work. It's a lot of people's first times, as a student at Texas State or just, coming up, they'll go display there.
The shop has long hosted musicians and comedians, but now it's getting ready to host its first art market on March 5th. Owner Julie Balkman recently bought property near the shop. That land will be used to house an art market before it's officially used for parking. The display of local artists here on Wake the Dead's walls is not the only reason that San Marcos has a growing art scene. They have local events here in town and an increasing number of studios being developed. Huckabee, for example, has already coordinated another art event this past fall in the surrounding areas called Art House.
We just have live painters come out and there's live music and people selling and displaying their work, and it's always a good time.
While Wake the Dead is about to embark on its first art market, it isn't alone in San Marcos' art scene. Currently, the city is home to 3 other locally owned art studios. 2 of them are brand new to the scene. Rio Claro Studio opened in September, and 218 Studio will open in March.
All right, so that should be a great event that we're going to have here in San Marcos and definitely, certainly, right here around campus. Kelsey was the one who was running this. I'm curious, Candace, was she Has she done this before? Has she done events similar to this in the past?
Yeah, so she did mention a little bit in the video how she started up Art House. It happened this past December where they have the first one. They just recently had their 5th one done, and they plan to do more. And it's actually located in New Braunfels. It's at the Poorhouse, and they have like painters, like they said. You can buy prints or original work from artists. They also have musicians that are local. It's really cool. Yeah.
I had a question. So do they sell like the artwork like that's in the building, the actual like coffee shop area?
Oh, like in Wake the Dead?
Yes.
No. Like the ones that are on the walls are actually changed out monthly. They're from the local artists, but I don't think they're for sale. Probably have to ask the artist and see if you can get it, but the ones actually on the walls, they don't sell it at the coffee house.
I think it's really creative how they came up with this. Like, where'd they get this idea from?
Like Kelsey, it was part of hers, so she had Art House, but what they thought once Julie bought that property, they're like, hey, it's going to be an empty lot for a while, so her and a friend were like, hey, let's do an art market here since we have this empty space, and since, at Wake the Dead they always do something, so they started that up until, obviously going to turn into a parking lot later, but till then, we're going to have an art market.
Nice, friends helping friends.
Yeah.
Certainly. I mean, you're seeing a very, very, very creative business finding even creative solutions to things as simple as parking lots, which is just really, really neat. That'll do it for all the stories that we've got this week. I do want to talk just for a minute. Nina, you've got a story that we're going to play again in a couple of weeks here. Tell us a little bit about yours.
All right, so it's a service offered by Career Services that not a lot of students know about. It's the Career Closet located on the 5th floor of LBJ, and they rent out like professional dress clothes to students to wear for like job interviews or internships.
Oh, that's awesome. Should have stopped by before here.
It's a new time, maybe. All right, so that'll do it for us here. If you enjoyed the show and want to continue to watch, just go to YouTube. You can look us up. There's a Studio A channel, and all you have to do is find that. We'll have, let's see, it's eight episodes, so this is the first. There'll be 7 more to come. So for Imani, Candace, Megan, and Nina, I'm PJ. Come see us again on Studio A.